Wait, somebody needs to say when it's the coordination time.
Hi and welcome. You're watching another 24/7 TBC live broadcast on the Cookie Reward Bonus. My name is Paul and this is episode 72, and today's date is June 20th, 2018. Okay. Last night on the blog, really late, I caught it. And it was an increase in the TBC Cookie Reward Bonus by 5 times for 1 whole month, starting today, actually starting tomorrow. And it will run till July 21st. And basically, all of us who are already familiar with the Cookie Reward system understand what it is. We're just going to get a pay raise of 5 times what we were doing before for the same things that we were doing before, whether it was broadcasting, whether it was attending a send button meeting, or bringing other people in by spreading the word out and getting them into our community and getting them the gift in their hands of the wallets, of the cookie rewards, and so on. So the first thing I want to go over real quick for those of you who might be new and eventually watching this video, TBC stands for the Billion Coin, and it is a cryptocurrency that came out 2 years ago. And it is the first what we call abundance-based cryptocurrency, meaning that the price of our coin always goes up every day. It never goes down. The reason it can do that is because it's not on a trading market exchange like the coin market cap. You won't find TBC, those initials, which stand for the Billion Coin, on the coin market cap. You cannot trade, buy and sell through an exchange. And the reason why is because when you put something on a market, you lose a little bit of control. You lose a lot of control, actually, over that coin, because the wealthy can come in and purchase the coins because they have the money, and they can raise the price up by doing that, which brings in the other people that want to purchase some, whatever they can, and then when they see a profit being made, because the price is continuing to go up while the wealthy continue to buy and the masses continue to come in, then they can sell for whatever they want, 10% profit, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, whatever they want to risk, they can do so before the system starts to go back down. The reason it goes back down is because at the point where they want to, the wealthy dump. It's called a pump and dump. They sell their coins. Let's use Bitcoin as an example because that's the one they manipulate the most currently. So then they sell their Bitcoin back into the system, and it floods the system, and the prices go down. And it can happen very quickly, so quickly that a lot of people won't even have a chance to sell their coins because they'll be sleeping in one part of the world. Right? And they'll wake up and there's nothing there for them they've lost. Okay, they've lost their investment. And a lot of them will lose the chance to make any money if they're lucky enough to pull out their initial investment purchases of coins on a trading market exchange. So over the years since Bitcoin came out in 2009, this was a good thing to happen because it made the coins popular, because people use the markets all the time. Okay, that's the Wall Street system. That's the central banking system. Okay, they use the markets to gain control of people's wealth, and they control those markets. But if you're very, very smart, you just have a knack, a gift, then you can become wealthy doing that. But there's very few that have been able to do that. Okay? And if you don't believe me, we have a world that has a population right now of 7.6 billion people. And there's only 2,200, a little more than 2,200 billionaires. That's all. Okay, that's the problem with the world. Right there. Okay, so there's your proof that there's something wrong. And that's why we see the horrors of poverty in the world. So when our coin came out, we created an algorithm that would value the price of our coin by the people that have access to the coin, you and I. Okay, so the way it started out 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, was that every person that came in to our private community raised the price of that coin, the TBC, the billion coin, by €1. So if 100 people came in one day, it raised the price up by €100. If 1,000 came in, it raised the price up by 1,000. There was a percentage value that they were using in the beginning because they had to, because of the way the growth system was, it was brand new. But it was anywhere between 1 and 5% a day that the price would go up, okay, depending on the growth, until it came together at the ultimate price. And then it literally stays with every person that joins, raises the price up by €1. Okay, so we started out with 171 people on March 21st, 2016, and within a year, 2017, March 21st, we had gone to 100,000. Just right past the first year anniversary, I got involved and we hit 100,000. Okay, I found out about it right in that month and made my first purchase a couple of days after the 21st. So it was the 23rd, and then I made another purchase the next day because I thought, you know, this is insane. I need more. Because it was so different than what I had learned already by that point about Bitcoin and all the other coins. So, and I was totally behind the mission statement, and their mission is to eliminate global financial poverty. And I knew this coin could, simply because of the way they made it. They call it the billion coin because there's only going to be 1 billion coins made. Not 1,000,000,001, no more after 1 billion, just 1 billion. And there's going to, the algorithm is pricing the value of our coin up to our first 1 billion members. Okay, when we reach our 1,000,000th member, the algorithm shuts off the gaining of the price. The value of the price will end right there. So, if it was still based on the euro, which it no longer is, and I'll get to that in a second, 1 billion people would make our coin, one coin, worth $1 billion each. Not $1 billion, 1 billion euros each. Okay? Probably about 1.4 billion US dollars. Okay, so after our second year of growth, we grew 30 times from 100,000 to 3 million during a slow technologically rough year, okay, because of the massive amounts of transactions that were going back and forth between ourselves. We're not even on a trading exchange. And every trade is considered a transaction. So that's how much we were already using our Kringles, which is a division of our coin, among each other to buy and purchase things. Okay, so we built a brand new blockchain platform 2.0. Okay, and I went over this, I think, yesterday, or the day before. Can't remember. I think I went over it. Yeah, on the transaction speeds comparative to Visa and MasterCard. Okay, and how it's a game changer when a coin can be transacted at a certain speed all around the world, then you can really use it as money, right? Otherwise, it gets kind of difficult in today's world. So with Bitcoin being only able to transact 7 transactions a second, and MasterCard and Visa being able to transact 24,000 per second, there's a problem there. Okay, so when that slowdown period went for the Bitcoin last year, in August, they had to fork off and create a new coin called Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash brought the speeds up to, I think, about 130 something or 160 something. No, I think it was only 130 something per second. So it made a big difference. Going from 7% per second to 130 per second made a huge difference. Everything calmed down in the Bitcoin world for a while. And but if you look at the different coins on that website that I showed the other day, then you'll notice that the second fastest after Visa is a pure digital coin by the banking system called Ripple. And the reason it's so fast is because I don't even think it's on a blockchain. Okay. It's just a digital coin that they came out with because they needed to do something, because they don't want cryptocurrency to be used as money, because they're the ones that control the monetary system of the world. But they see the countries rebelling now against it and putting their own currencies back on gold and basically saying, get out of our countries, central bankers. We don't want you, or nor do we need your worthless cash. And we don't want your power. We're tired of being oppressed by you. We're tired of having our countries stripped of their resources while our people live in squalor conditions. Okay, so we see that happening. Okay, and we see cryptocurrency now 8 or 9 years old. It's getting close to maturity. The masses are starting to come in. The central bankers are freaking out. Okay, so the Billion coin, now that we're at 3 million members, and we are just migrating right now as I speak to a faster transaction blockchain platform. How fast? Okay, you just heard me say that when Bitcoin forked last year and brought out Bitcoin Cash coin, it went from 7 transactions a second to about 130. Okay, Ripple, which is a digital coin, there's no blockchain to slow it down, as far as I know. Tell me if I'm wrong. And it can do 1,500 transactions per second. Still nowhere near 24,000 that Visa and MasterCard has, but they've been around for a while. Okay, Ripple's pretty new. Okay, but guess what? Our new blockchain platform is doing 2,000 to 3,000 transactions per second. So that's a complete game changer in all cryptocurrencies. So we are steadily, as we have since day one, continue to improve our coin and improve the entire system and get better and grow stronger. Because we are on a mission to eliminate global financial poverty, and we are going to get it done. Plain and simple. We want the entire world to have Kringles in their hands and be using Kringles among each other to buy and purchase anything and everything. Okay, it's just one solution. But it is a solution where these other cryptocurrencies are basically just an option. If you purchase some of them, it's like purchasing gold. Okay, it's real money, cryptocurrency. And gold is real money, right? So is silver, any precious metal, platinum, precious stones. These, if you have them, are an option to protect your wealth, which is most likely based in the stock market with fiat cash, the Federal Reserve note, which is not our money. Okay, the US dollar is not our money. It hasn't been since 1913. Okay, so It's their money. They can take it when they want. But to protect that wealth that you may have in stock market through an IRA or a 401k or whatever, if you want to hang on to that and you want an option, you want a backup plan, then you would buy a little bit of gold and have access to where you literally can get it in your hands. Real simple. If something were to happen, if all of a sudden all these US dollars come back from all these other countries that don't want them anymore, flood the system, and the price of bread goes from $5 a loaf to $15 a loaf, what are you going to do if you don't have anything of value? Even if you don't have any cash, you're going to run to the bank to get some cash, right? Or an ATM machine, and it's going to tell you, sorry, we're having a holiday and there's no access to your funds. Or they're going to limit the amount that you can take out. Either way, you're in their hands. You don't have freedom of your own money because it's not your own money. It's theirs. Okay, so, but if you had gold, then you can do something. You can feed yourselves, okay, without having to have their money. Gold is yours. Cryptocurrency is yours. In fact, cryptocurrency is even better than gold as far as I'm concerned because nobody can steal it from you. Like they can rob you and do horrible things to get you to find out where your gold is so they can take it. Okay, so the Billion coin is a solution. On top of the option is a solution to actually change the world. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. Now, let's get on to what happened last night, okay, and why it happened. Over the last year, admin, which is what we call, for those of you who might be new watching this video for the first time, is what we call the creators of our coin. It's a team effort, but we've narrowed it down to one person who calls himself Kris Kringle because he's Santa Claus, all right? He gives the gift of coins to people. To anybody who wants them. Right now, that gift that he's giving away for free, well, there's a $10 charge for your back office and a wallet that has no transaction fees, ever. One time $10 for that. And it includes a back office, which is your own website, where you can do everything you can do on it. It gives you so much control. And that's an annual $10. That's it. So for $10, you can come in, you can get your gift, which is in cookie rewards. That's what they call them. Put into your back office. And then during a redemption month, and we have them every 5 months. We just got done with one. We're having the next one on November 1st. Then by November 1st, all the cookies that you've earned, you can push a button in your back office, the redeem button, and they turn into real Kringle coins, and they get put in your wallet, and you can start spending them. Okay, so he came out with that a year ago. Okay, started to give the gift, and then he used promotions, different kinds of promotions all the time. Anything that he can think of, I say he, but it's a team effort again. Anything that he can think of to get the coins out into the masses, that's our job. That's all of us' job. Okay? So, because why? Because the algorithm is based on you and I as the value. The more people that have our Kringle coin, the more valuable the coin is. And the more we're able to use it, right? Because you see, Bitcoin can be used at different places already. They have a very small economy. They've got 12 million members. Well, they're not members, it's just owners. Okay? We have 3 million owners, 3.2, close to 3.3 now. And now we're going to explode. Even if we didn't explode, we continued on the same growth pattern that we went on last year, which was 30 times in 12 months. If we did just 30 times the next 12 months, we would go from 3 million to 90 million. 90 million, not 12 million, which is where Bitcoin is at. And they're not growing that fast because of that volatility they continue to see and look at and watch and wonder and can't have faith in because it's on a trading market. Okay. Ours is not. They can fully have faith. Then when they purchase or they get a hold of our coin, it's going to go up the next day and the next day and the next day. It's never going to go down until we hit our first billion members. And we're only at 3 million. So when we get to 90 million a year from now, we'll have 7 times the economy that Bitcoin does right now. Yeah, there's going to be merchants all over the world accepting, which some of them are already coming on board, okay? Don't get me wrong, okay? But we're going to have a whole bunch more at that point 1 year from now. Because they can take that coin and they know it's going to go up the next day, the next week, the next month. They don't have to sit on it like they would when they accept Bitcoin. And they just throw it in their wallet and they sit on it because they know that 12 months down the line, it is going to be worth more because of supply and demand. They don't have to worry about the prices going up and down because they're not using it every day. They don't need to. They have enough cash flow going through their businesses right now that they can accept a little bit of Bitcoin from people. So with the Billion coin, though, they can accept it and know it's going up every day. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to just let it sit there. They can use it right away. And when they can do transactions at 2,000 to 3,000 per second, that's a game changer. Okay? And when they find out that we've got anywhere between 3 million and 90 million in the next 12 months, members that will do business with them all over the world, what do you think they're going to do? I know what I do. If I was a business and I had an online presence, I would take that coin in a flash. Okay. So because there's a whole other bunch of reasons why you would, and that is the cookie reward system. It incentivizes everyone right now during our distribution phase, because that's what we're in. We're distributing that coin to the people of the world. We're getting that coin in their hands. And in order to do that, we're giving them every opportunity and we're spreading that wealth out as evenly as we can. Now, there'll be some with some more and some with some less. Okay. But it's not going to be crazy like Bitcoin is going to end up being and all those other coins, because the wealthy is going to end up with most of those coins. We don't allow that. We're not an exchange. We know who is going to come in and buy the coins. We have control of our wallet. Okay. The encryption and, of course, the blockchain is completely decentralized. Makes it decentralized. Okay, but we have control over our wallet. You have to get our wallet from us, not from a zillion wallet providers out there, which is what is out there with the other cryptocurrencies. And they all charge fees every time you transact through their wallets. Those fees add up. You can get our wallet for $10 lifetime, and it includes for 1 year a back office, which is like having your own website. You can do whatever you want with it. It's got your link on there that you can give to your family members, your friends, and say, hey, just go on this click. You'll be connected to me. Okay, I'll help you out. But you can get a free gift by just signing up and spending your $10. And now you are eliminating poverty in the world with that one-time $10. Well, once a year. That's all you have to do. And if you can get across to them the magnitude of this thing, they're going to take a look around and say, well, you know what? I've been spending this much on charity every month to try to feed the kids in Africa or Ethiopia or whatever. And I have no idea really how much money is getting to those kids. And now you're showing me something that is completely different and 100% real. And and these are honest people. Yeah, we're honest people, okay? We have a mission. We're sticking to that mission. Those first 171 people were vetted to be like-minded, like the creators of our coin. No selfishness, no greed. One purpose only: eliminate poverty, eliminate hunger, and all the things that come with poverty, okay? Crime comes because of the lack of money. Disease that comes from not having clean water, or nutrient-dense food. All these things, all these whores, The central banking system coming in and the deep state and causing war and factions between tribes and people and religions and splitting people up, doing what they want and can to control so that they can take the resources of that country and keep it to themselves. 2,200 billionaires out of 7.6 billion people is a huge problem. You know what we're doing about that? Right now, we're creating 1 million billionaires. Not 2,200, 1 million. And when we're done with that, we're going to create 1 billion multimillionaires. Multi-billionaires and multimillionaires. We're going into a world of abundance because the world has always been abundant. Okay? We have been lied to about lack. We have been lied to about this scarcity mindset that we've been raised to be in. Okay? I started getting rid of it, even though I knew better. When you live it, you can't help. When it's being shoved down your throat every day, you can't help but get that scarcity mindset, even if you do know about the central banking system, which is what I did. I was just one of the ones that knew about it because that's the way I was raised. But I still had that scarcity mindset. And I still do a tiny bit today, even after a year. And I'm ashamed of it, but it's still there. See, it's not the easiest thing to get rid of. You have to train yourself all the time to remember there is abundance in this world. There's no lack. We may not be in that abundance area yet, but it is coming. So I know it's coming. So I want that abundant mindset. I want to be there because when it arrives, I want to be on top of it. I want to be on top of it in my knowledge of how it works so that I can show people real quick in the fastest ways to change that mindset from scarcity to abundance. Okay, now, with this cookie reward system that the admin has constantly given us over the last 12 months, it basically works like this. We need to get a coin into your hands if you want to be a billionaire, because the price of our coin will, this is where I need to talk first. A couple of months ago, because of the growth of our coin, we switched over from the value of the euro to the value of pricing our coin on the value of gold. Okay, because it no longer makes any sense to use a fiat currency to value our real money. So we switched over to gold. Basically, what that did was it doubled the price of our coin. And here's what I mean. One person would come in and it would raise the value of the price by €1, right? Okay, now when one person comes in to our private community, signs up their name and email address, has to be real because you will get 2 emails that you will need to open and click on a confirmation link. One will set up your back office. One will set up your wallet. Okay, and then you'll probably never hear from us again. But because we have a blog system that keeps us informed every day. Okay, so it has to be a real email address. And then I think they ask you, well, they will ask you to create a password. And then you can always change those passwords. And then it asks you what country you're in. And that's it. So any child, any adult, any person in the world can join our private community if they're like-minded. If you want to eliminate global poverty and the horrors that come with it, we want you. If you're a patriot in your country, we want you. You need to belong with us. It's happening. Okay, if you don't jump on board, then you're going to be working for us. But we will pay you a whole lot more than $10 an hour to work at McDonald's. If they don't have a robotic system completely running McDonald's in 2 to 3 years when we hit that billion, we will pay you. Okay, we'll own the McDonald's and we'll give you $100 an hour to work there, minimum wage. Okay, because it's ridiculous not to. It's ridiculous what's going on in this world and here in the United States and seeing people struggle and seeing that separation of the wealth and the poor getting larger and larger every day. It's sickening to see all the people living in tents. Yeah, I'm sure some of them, are mentally ill, but they shouldn't be on the streets, but some of them want to be. But we can change that whole system and make it better. We, as the people who own our own money, whatever it is, whether Trump comes out with a new cash system that's backed by gold, which is what China has already done in Russia and what Venezuela has done and what countries are going to start doing everywhere. Okay. Even if the central bankers at the last second, if they wanted to save their power, would switch back over to gold. Okay. And of course, you know, whoever hangs on to the narrative will be able to point their fingers at each other. Either Trump will say, hey, you know, it's a central banking system that brought down the economy. Okay. But in reality, it's the central banking's economy. It's not ours. It needs to be brought down, or it's going to be brought down because since 1971, we've been off of gold. It can't go any further as a complete fiat system. It can't go any further. It has to be brought down. Now, if they don't control the narrative, then they lose. And that's what we want. We want them out of the existence. If they win, it will be because they'll get their gold backed by their currency backed by gold before Trump has a chance. But so far, we've won every battle since Trump has come into office. And we have them scared and running for their lives. Okay? You see peace being created around the world under Trump. You've never seen that before, have you? Not for a long time. Not for a couple of decades, at least. Okay, so these cookie rewards have been an incentive used to get us as members who are paying attention, and so many of us are not, to incentivize us to get the word out. Like these broadcasts I'm doing, and many others are doing every single day or whenever they can. 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week, whatever. And they stay on our YouTube channel, so you can go back and look and you know, learn things from our older videos. And any other way that we can get the word out, we can get more Kringles. He rewards us. He's got a bunch of coins. Not going to do him any good. He doesn't sell the coins. If you buy coins, Kringle coins, you have to buy it from us. One of us, trusted sellers. Okay? And we will sell it to you at the price of what it's currently priced at for that day. We won't discount the coin because that would ruin the coin. But he can do what he wants with his coins. It's not going to hurt the system. So he can give it away in this form of cookie rewards, which gets redeemed for real Kringles. He's been doing it for months now. Okay, we had our first redemption period back in December. Second redemption period we hit in May. And our third one is going to be in November. And we'll keep having them until those coins are all into people's hands. We have our first billion people. Okay, so what's the big news? The big news. Okay, I'm going to go over to the blog. And I'm just going to read this to you. I'm not going to share my screen. I'm just going to read this to you because, I don't know, when people go on the blog and read the blog, it's like I want to read faster than they're talking. Or I just get, you know, distracted from watching the picture and whatever. Okay. So I prefer it when I just have somebody that's just reading it off. But anyway, the blog came out last night. It's the latest blog. Starts out with a picture. It says promotion runs from June 21st. That is tomorrow. Or if you're already in the other side of the world, it is June 21st. Until July 21st, okay, of this year. 500% bonus, okay? It's 5 times he's going to raise that cookie rewards than they currently are now. Okay, and then he gives the chart, the old chart that we've always had to be able to understand that what we do, this is how many cookie rewards we get. And those cookie rewards, whatever they are equal to Kringles, real coins. They are redeemed for the exact same amount of Kringles during that redemption month. So you can come in, earn all of the cookies you want. And you can even purchase real Kringles from one of us. And by doing that, admin will give you a full coin if you'll do just one broadcast, one live broadcast. So we help people to show them how they can do a broadcast also. Okay, so here is what he came out with for a month, and here's the reason why. He starts out and he says, this special offer will affect the value of all cookie rewards by 500 times for all categories until the end of this promotion. So the gift will now be 125,000 cookies. Okay, now remember I mentioned the gift earlier that everybody gets just for signing up and now paying their $10. It used to be free, but people weren't giving any value to their gift, and they didn't pay attention. They didn't do anything. They didn't even tell their family or friends. They just didn't know enough about cryptocurrency to know, well, it's free, I'll take it, but I really don't know much about it, so I'll just keep it to myself. Well, that didn't work, okay? So we figured if we charge $10, a whole lot more people will take it seriously, even though in America, $10 is nothing, right? A couple of pizzas, or maybe one good pizza. It's not even really a good pizza. What am I saying? Okay. So the gift was 25,000 cookies that you would get just by joining and spending your $10 on your back office and your free wallet. Well, not your free wallet, but your wallet for a lifetime. Now it's 125,000. It's 5 times more. Okay. So this is what he's doing for a month now, starting tomorrow. So what was 25,000 cookies worth? It was worth 25,000 Kringles during the redemption period. That price today is $2,100. So we're giving a gift of $2,100 in Kringles to anybody in the world. Okay, and we're going to do that until we hit our first billion people. It doesn't end like the back office currently says. I think it's supposed to end in September. That he's come out and said, no, that's not going to end in September. It's going to go on until we get to our first billion people. So as soon as we get a chance, we're going to take that off the back office. But here's the thing. For a month now, you can get $10,000 for free. Well, again, $10 is what it's going to cost you to get your back office and your free lifetime wallet. You're not your free, but your lifetime wallet. Okay, so the gift just went up by 5 times. $10,000 now free. Not free. I keep saying that because it used to be completely free. Okay, but we are charging $10 now. Whoopee, okay? I paid my $10 over a year ago. When he came out with that back office, he said, okay, you guys can have this back office for a month for free. And if you want to give the coin away, you want to participate in our growth, then you can pay $1 a month after that. Or $10 and we'll give you a whole year. So boom, I knew that that's what I wanted. So I paid the $10. A year went by and I paid the $10 a few months ago to keep it going for another year. Okay? So I could take advantage of all the things that people who didn't weren't able to. And I've been able to help spread the word because of it. And I did it for no reason, except that I was passionate about it. Then later on, he came out with cookie rewards. And guess what he did? He said, guess what? I'm going to give you guys the cookie rewards all the way back to when you guys when we didn't have the promotion. So everything you guys did, I'm going to reward you for what you did. Okay, it's just unreal. The community we have here is so unbelievable and so unlike anything you've ever seen because we have been growing up in a greed-filled world, a scarcity, lack world. And it is so different to be a part of something where it's complete abundance, where there's nobody out to get your money, where nobody wants to scam you. It's so refreshing, especially in all the businesses I have been in my lifetime. And how many times I basically got scammed. So, which I'm not proud of, but it can happen to the best of us, believe me. So this is absolutely incredible. So anyway, now for a month he's doing this. Why is he doing this? Let me go on. Okay. So now instead of 2,000 cookies rewards, $2,000 worth of Kringles, basically what that is, he's giving away 10,000 for anybody who comes in. So now you have a leverage of $10. You get $10,000. That's today's price. Remember, it goes up every day because members join every day. So between now, or if you want to go till July 21st when it ends, between July 21st and November 1st, the price of that gift that we're giving you is going to be worth a whole lot more than $10,000 in November when you actually turn it into Kringle coins and want to spend it. Okay? Right? Okay? Because the price goes up every day. Okay? So, broadcasts will be 5 million cookies. Okay? Now, if I do a broadcast, which I've been doing, they've been giving me 1 million cookies for every broadcast I do or anybody else does. 1 million cookies was worth $84,000 worth of cookies that will be Kringles. Oh, let me explain. I got off course there. We switched over to gold. We doubled the price of the gold. I'm not sure if I told you. What we did was we base every member that comes in now is worth 1 grain of gold. Instead of €1, it's 1 grain of gold. And a grain of gold at today's prices just happens to be twice the price of €1. That's why we doubled the price of our coin. So anyway, so if we have 3.2 something, the euro, if it was euros, it would be 6 point something million dollars. Okay. Our, yeah, 3.3 at €1. Let's see, 3 million, almost 3,300,000 in euros would double to over 6 million in euros. In US dollars is about 8.4 million. Okay. So anyway, a million cookies is worth 1 million Kringles. Okay. So it was worth about 84,000 at current price. So every time I do one of these, I gain $84,000 in Kringles during the redemption period. Okay. Which the next one is in November. Okay. But now he's going to give 5 times that amount. What is 5 times 84,000? 420? $420,000 for each broadcast I do. And again, I never asked for that. I went and started doing broadcasts before he brought that part of the cookie rewards out. Okay, so this is just in addition. This is just the way he works. And it's smart because he is trying to motivate more of the members of our coin to get the word out. And doing broadcasts on YouTube is the best way to do it. Okay, so he wants more broadcasters. This is the reason why he did this and it's going for a month. Let me go on with this. Broadcast will be 5 million cookies. 100 paid referrals used to be 10 coins. 10 full coins you would get. Okay, it was worth 1 billion Kringles. That's 10 coins. Now you're going to get 5 billion. You get 50 coins that are going to be worth, when it maxes out, $2.8 billion each if the price of gold stayed the same as it was today. So 1 coin is going to make you a multi-billionaire. If you just get 1 coin in your hand, and we can get you a coin in your hand real easy through cookie rewards. Okay. An example would be if you came in and you did 1 broadcast, just 1 broadcast, and then you went ahead and bought $100 worth of Kringles at the current Kringle price from one of the members that had enough Kringles that they could sell it to you, and it's not going to hurt them. Okay? When that transaction is verified on both sides of the blockchain, the admin will put 100 million cookies in your back office. 100 million Kringles is one full coin. You will instantly be worth $8.4 million if you did just that. One broadcast, and then you purchased $100 of Kringles at the Kringle price of that day. He will reward you one full coin. Why? Does that sound too good to be true? It does, but it makes complete sense and logic, doesn't it? Because if he doesn't get those coins in people's hands, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to achieve our mission. And we are not going to be stopped with the completion of our mission. We are going to be billion on this earth. And there's enough poverty that at least 1 billion people are living it, if not a whole lot more, right? If we get just them. But every Christian who is a real Christian, every patriot who is a real patriot would feel the same way, whether you're wealthy or whether you're poor. You would come into this community of ours and help us to get to our goal. Okay, you'll be one of those first 1 billion people. Okay, now he goes on and says all the differences. Broadcasters will get this. If you bring in 100 people that get the free gift, you'll get 10 coins now instead of 1 coin. Oh, you'll get 50 coins, instead of 10. You used to get 10 full coins if you brought in 100. Okay, and now you'll get 50 coins if you bring in 100. Okay, before July 21st. Okay, and let's see, basic members, which are people that are not doing broadcasts, they'll get 500,000 cookies for every $100 purchased. Because right now, if you don't do a broadcast and you were to spend $100 in Kringles, you would only get 100,000 cookies, which has a value of $8,400. That's still amazing leverage. $100 to get 8,400. Can't find that anywhere. Okay. But if you just did one half-hour broadcast, yes, I go over all the time. A lot of us do. But if you only did a half-hour live broadcast, and then you bought your $100, you would get 1,000 times more than 8,400. You'd get $8,400,000. How you like that? Okay. So he goes on and he says, so consider this. A brand new member that has never been with TBC before will get as a gift $10,000 worth of cookies and encouraged to buy $100 in Kringles to get the $40,000 in cookie reward without having to do a broadcast. Okay, 5 times what it is now. Okay, 5 times the $8,400. Okay, so you would get $40,000 now if you didn't do a broadcast. So this buyer is out of pocket $110 and ready to redeem in November to access $50,000 now in Kringles. Hang on. Because remember I said the price goes up every day? He's talking about today. $50,000 is what it's worth today if you came in and did that. You signed up today, spent your $10, and then bought $100 from one of us. You would have $50,000 worth today. But since the price goes up every day because more members come in every single day, it's going to be worth a lot more than $50,000 come November, right? Okay, he goes on. This is an even better offer than our 5% daily growth. He's talking about how it first got started 2 years ago. Offer, which doubled money every 2 weeks. Okay, and then he shows how it doubles. So then he says, so as the TBC community continues to grow between now and November, this $50,000 example will be worth even more during the November redemption period. This is one of our best offers ever for a basic member of our community. A basic member is just someone that doesn't do a broadcast. Okay? Now, the next paragraph, he says, during our last redemption period, which we extended until June 15th, all members were treated like they were broadcasters when it came to cookie rewards, but very few stepped up to perform like broadcasters. I have pierced the future with my long-term sight, and it is so clear to me our success rests in the hands of a massive group of YouTube broadcasters. The innovation of an abundance-based currency/money will need the perceived acceptance of a large group that is irrefutable. You can see how some dismiss our number of over 3 million members because most are hiding in the shadows. And it is only the broadcasters standing up firm and strong for TBC that has inspired us to move forward. The powers that be have worked hard for centuries to finally get us so far away from nature and the obvious abundance of it that it has become easy for them to convince the masses that we must accept scarcity as the norm of life. Artificial scarcity is wrapped in a gigantic deception that is reinforced through the news, movies, the educational system, and all the other outlets that powers that be control and dominate. Okay, and then he refers to another article he had put out before about that. Then he goes on and says, by design, we were always going to have 1 million billionaires and 1 billion millionaires in our TBC economy. In order to have the right mixture for a long-term sustainable system and money supply that will enable us to fulfill our mission to end poverty globally. The lack of billionaires and millionaires in the system we have today, the status quo, is insufficient to support the cause of ending poverty. They can't do it, is what he's telling us. It can't be done with the lack of billionaires and millionaires in the world today. Okay? The elite, he goes on and says, designed it that way. And they know the system perpetuates poverty forever. The elite are parasites on what God has created and literally sucked the lifeblood of people away from them into their position of power over people. TBC is here to restore the birthrights of the people back to the people. TBC is the money of the people, by the people, and for the people. Our success in TBC will change the whole world for the better, creating a state of abundance for all. Perception is the main obstacle in our path to turn TBC into a huge success. Let me repeat that because it is so important. You may not actually understand what he just said. Perception is the main obstacle in our path to turn TBC into a huge success. Perception, the ability to perceive. It's like being not blind anymore. You can see. Okay, very, very powerful. You can see with your eyes, or you can see with your spirit. You can see with your mental abilities. Okay, there's 3 ways right there of perception that we may not be aware of. Even though we have our eyes open and we're not going to run into a door, okay, we may not be able to perceive what's going on out in the world. You see what I'm saying? That is the power of real perception. And he's trying to get that into us. Okay. And he goes on to say, and broadcasters are needed to affect the perception of the masses into a new version of reality that has not been seen in thousands of years. I cannot make the point more clear than that of how important the role of broadcasters are in our TBC economy. So, the broadcasters will be the billionaire TBCians, while the basic members will be the millionaire kringlers that thrive off the efforts of the broadcasting billionaires. Basic members are reluctant to do much above and beyond the basics of participation in building out our very own economy that operates independent of the economy that constitutes the status quo. 1 million broadcasters will be more than enough to change the perspective of almost everyone on earth, because we speak the truth out loud. 500% bonus for a broadcaster making $100 purchase is about $40 million. That is an enormous reward. That's today's prices. Okay, that is an enormous reward to figure out the procedure to get a broadcast done and approved by admin. Rewards are and have been unlimited. So purchase as much as you'd like as a broadcaster, and for each set of $100 purchased, you will receive $40 million each. Once you get a taste of broadcasting, we hope you enjoy it enough to keep it up long term. We will show you the fast track to become a broadcaster immediately after you join us as a paid member. Billionaire status is within the reach of those that choose to become TBC broadcasters. And that's the end of that blog. And of course, this new promo that increased by 5 times, 500%, goes from tomorrow, June 21st, to July 21st. 1 month. If that doesn't make you want to learn how to do a simple broadcast on YouTube, then I don't know what to say. I did it when there was no rewards for doing it. Okay. Then after I had started doing it, I forget how many I'd already done. Then he came out and said, you know what, we're going to reward you broadcasters because you guys have stepped up. And we're going to give you this reward for every broadcast you did from the beginning. How's that? Well, great. I was going to do it for free. Now he just upped that by 500% for the next 30 days. If I do 30 broadcasts, God willing, then guess what? I'm going to end up with the ability to help a great deal of people. As simple as that. And that's what I want to do. I want to help. Okay, so I've got to go. I do have a doctor's appointment. I got lucky and I got it late. Okay, so it's at 6:30 and it's now just a little after 6:01. So I'm going to shoot over there and get that out of the way because I don't want to miss another broadcast. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to miss one, God willing. Okay, so I am scheduled already for 5 p.m. again tomorrow, Pacific Daylight Savings Time, because I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. And so hopefully tomorrow we'll talk some more exciting stuff. And of course, I really am trying to push myself to do a video. It's not that hard to do a live broadcast. I can show you pretty quickly how to do one because I learned it myself. And if I can learn it, anybody can learn it. Okay, please believe. Okay, I love you guys. And let me quickly go over and thank the ones that showed up today. Romeo showed up. Thanks, Romeo. Dr. Joe Stevens is here. Stephen Cuffey. Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much, all of you, for being here. And is this not the most exciting thing that you've ever seen? Oh my gosh. I hope you guys can see. For some reason, it's not pulling up. Oh, that's probably just on my side. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Love you all, and we will talk tomorrow. Take care.